We are, well, this is the first in a series of some new videos that we're going to be doing, leading up to some big fundraising events. And I'm here with my esteemed colleague, Noah.
Hey everyone.
Noah, you are going to be doing something, well, for me it's kind of crazy, but I mean, by the sounds of it, for you it's just a joke. But you're going to be doing the half marathon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you're raising money for us, which is great. I mean, essentially you're raising money for, your own salary. Is that what it is? Or?
Well, I've been telling people it's not.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be like saying, oh yeah, I'm running the half marathon and donate money, but that money's going back into my pocket.
No,
it won't be, because my salary is actually funded through contracts. So
exactly, yeah.
It's going to be funding core costs more likely and unrestricted funds, which is actually more important because that's a lot harder to get for us. So actually, it's going towards something better than my salary. And I mean, obviously, it's quite personal for both of us, because we are quite involved and in the thick of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been here for over 6 years now.
Yeah.
And how many years is it coming up to for you?
4 years now for me.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, you have been for the last at least 3 years now been Mr. Dursley and Mr. Cam for us as well. Yeah, like how is it feeling? It's been pretty much almost a generation now, like for you, really.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is the last year of, like, I call them my OGs, like the ones that were coming to youth club when I first started there. Like that core group, they just entered their final year. So yeah, it's kind of seeing that generation through and then bringing the next one in. But like, genuinely got such a soft spot for Cam and Dursley, both like the young people and just the community. I'm more connected with that than Stroud, and I lived in Stroud. I've lived in Stroud for 22 years.
Yeah.
And I feel such a bigger connection to Cam and Dursley now, which, yeah, I think just speaks to the people there and how much I appreciate them.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I think you are definitely well appreciated there. And yeah, like you're kind of part and parcel of what goes on in Cam and Dursley. Yeah. What time are you setting for yourself?
So, under 2 hours definitely. Okay. I think I want to go at least 1:45, and then see if I can maybe push myself to 1:30.
Wow.
But yeah.
Yeah.
That's, considering I don't run long distances, I think that'd be quite tough to just go and do that. But that's the challenge. That's why I'm doing it. I want to challenge myself. They have like time or pace setters.
Yes.
So my approach is going to be, I'm going to stick with the 1:45 pace setter, and then maybe towards the end, if I've got the energy, I might try and pull away. And that's how I'm going to do it.
No.
Like, that's my plan.
It's a good goal. It's a good goal.
Yeah.
I brought us here to this viewpoint essentially because we are going to be overlooking right now the route that you're going to be taking, more or less. So the starting point for you can just about see those fields over there where you see Tricorn House, and those fields over there.
Yeah.
That's the start finish line. And you're going to be running from there through Ebley and Keynes Cross, down along through Stonehouse, and then almost to the M5, which is about there. So you're not quite getting to the river.
No, not quite.
Not quite, but you're not that far off. So yeah, you can see. I don't know how well we'll be able to see there, but there's traffic going back and forth. So you almost get to the M5, and then you loop back round down.
Yeah.
To here. How does it feel sort of seeing that little route there?
I mean, it doesn't feel very little. I haven't really thought about that, I'll be honest. I don't really want to think about it. I just want to do it. Like, And
Yeah.
that's been my approach with a lot of things at the moment, is not think about it much, and just get on and do it on the day. If that makes sense.
No, absolutely, it does make sense.
Like, thinking about it can create quite a lot of anxiety. Like, for me, it can.
Yeah.
And the less I think about it, like, I know the anxiety is sometimes irrational, but then if I don't think about it and just like, okay, right, I'm just going to do it, let's not think about it, I just do it, I know I can do it, and then on the day I do it.
Yeah.
It eliminates anxiety.
Totally.
But then I do play a lot of basketball, which is a lot of running.
You're talking about sort of feeling like anxiety and nerves. Basketball is important to you, and you play for a team and you do a bit of coaching.
Yeah.
Like, do you still experience nerves and anxiety before a game?
Weird, or maybe it's not actually weird. We're more so coaching than playing. Because I feel like coaching, especially like I'm coaching teenagers, but I want it to be an enjoyable experience for them. Like, basketball, it meant so much to me growing up. Like, that was my youth club growing up, was playing basketball. So I want it to be fun for them. And then also I think part of it is I am quite competitive. I do want to win, I do like winning. And that's whether I'm playing or coaching, I want to win. And coaching is a lot harder to impact a game for me. Like, I'm quite new to coaching. So like, I think obviously you do impact the game, but it's just a whole different way of impacting a game, which I'm still learning a little bit. So that makes me a bit more nervous.
Totally. How would you describe your coaching experience so far? Like, have you?
So much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, I've spoken to Chris about this a little bit, and he's kind of compared it to Illuminate and Fusion.
Yeah.
And said it's basically youth work with the aim to it more. So like, where our open access is was, I think that's really important. I do really enjoy the open access. It's doing youth work around a specific interest, which is my biggest interest in my whole life.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's doing that, and yeah, I've really enjoyed everyone I've coached so far. Everyone at the club I coach at, like, they just seem like great people, and that also makes a difference. So I get to do something I really enjoy, be around a sport I love, and then see these young people like becoming awesome people.
Well, like, knowing you, I guess that's kind of actually a bit more of what's important to you than you'd rather a better, well-rounded person than a better basketball player.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, both are good things, but like, if you had to trade one.
Yeah, like, so last year, one of the teams, they didn't win a single game all year. And it was just quite rough, but like, that was one of the best basketball teams. Like, as in terms of, they were like, every single person on that team was amazing. Like, they were just such an awesome person, and like I really enjoyed being around them. Like, I really enjoyed being at games with them, being at training with them.
Yeah.
Because they were just awesome people. Like, and that to me is like, yeah, it's so much more important to be a great person than a great basketball player.
Yeah.
I think I'm a bit lenient sometimes on them. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, when I grew up playing, like, my coaches were quite strict on me, like, quite disciplined with me.
Yeah.
And I really appreciated that. And like, for me, the team I played on growing up, we went undefeated one year, so we were at a really high level. But then, like, if you think about youth club, if people come in and mess around a little bit, that's fine. Like, that's what youth club is there for. Like, they can have a bit of a laugh with each other, make some jokes, and that. And then at basketball training, we have a group that they're not doing anything inappropriate. Like, everything they do, we'd allow in youth club. But it's also like, you're not just here to mess around, you're here to also play.
Yeah.
And it's finding that balance between where I let them mess around, but actually we're still going to play and we're still going to take the basketball seriously. So it's like a lot of coaching. Obviously, like, it is basketball and it's like basketball skills, tactics, but a lot of it is also just like relationships with people and building those relationships. And I think obviously youth work's helped me hone those skills in, and well, I've got that ability.
I mean, I don't know coaching basketball because I'm not a basketball player, and I'm not particularly good at playing basketball. But my sense of it, my sense of coaching and for that sort of thing, where it's like it is looking at a specific thing and trying to build towards kind of a collective goal.
Yeah.
You use the word discipline, and I think there are different types of motivation for getting, for achieving discipline with players and with your team. But I think something that I think one of the things that I've learned with open access youth work, and setting safe spaces and communities, is that you can have sort of discipline that is motivated by kind of a specific goal and wanting an outcome, or there's discipline where your motivation comes from comes from within yourself rather than outside of yourself. That's something I try and teach young people, is about like, who is it that you want to be? Like, how do you want to live your life, and why do you want to live your life that way? Like where's that coming from? Like with your team that you said that went winless, but they were a strong team. You probably saw development in them that was massive, I imagine.
Yeah, and like for me as well, like I don't think I would have had this ability at the age they were of losing every single game in the season and keeping that really strong bond with each other.
Yeah.
That's such a skill and trust that they had in each other, that even though they weren't winning together, they stuck together and they stuck with each other. They never turned on each other. And at the end of it, they were still really good friends.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of adversity to go through as a group, and to come out of the other end shows a lot of resilience and strength.
That's kind of part of the motivation of why I want to kind of do a journey that's between all our youth centres as well, is to take that time, reflect on kind of the space where we're at, like enjoy the scenery that we're in.
I think people kind of take it for granted a little bit.
Yeah.
And like, I've got mates who grew up here as well, went off to uni, got jobs in London, and quite quickly like quit their jobs in London because they're like, I really miss the scenery that like I never thought I'd miss it, but now I'm out of it. I actually realise I took it for granted, and actually it is a really beautiful part of the world we live in.
Nearly at the end of our walk. We've walked from Selsley to Coley, which will be one segment of the big door-to-door walk eventually. It's been quite nice going through the woods with you.
It has.
Yeah.
It's been good to walk and talk a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Have a little catch up.
Definitely. It's so good to like walk and talk. There is a lot of study into the power of just walking for your own brain health.
Yep.
There's something about it where it's like kind of like it unravels some of the tension that's in your brain. I had a dog growing up, and the walks would be just so good for me. I'd love it. Like my mind would wander and go onto like loads of different weird things, and that was a good thing. Like, did you have that experience, sort of?
I hated walking growing up, but like now I'm older, I really enjoy it, and also just exercise. Like, I know it's not I am very active. Might come easier to me, but I just exercise, and what that does to the brain, and like gives you a little confidence boost after exercising.
Definitely.
Like, yeah, I'm a firm believer of, even if it is just walking, it's very good for the brain.
Definitely. Exercise is excellent medicine on many levels.
And then to be outdoors.
Yeah.
Get some fresh air.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Such a good thing. So at this point we're about halfway between Stroud and Cam and Dursley. So yeah, which maybe on another episode we'll I'll and someone else, maybe depends on whether no one wants to do another one of these, maybe after your half marathon,
next one we could run.
Oh god. yeah well hopefully we'll have a bit more gear. We'll have some GoPros and things. Yeah, watch me sweat. I'm definitely not as healthy and fit as Noah, so yeah, I'll be struggling if that is the case.
You've got the natural ability though.
Oh look, oh, I'm blushing already. But yeah, no, this is Coley Peak where we're at. We've actually just walked past the Long Barrow right there. That is a prehistoric sort of site of significance. It's a place where they found like a village, sort of like what seems to be a village, and potentially like some burial sites of some pre-Bronze Age communities. Wow. So yeah,
there's another one actually. I think it's Hewley Long Barrow.
Yes,
it's literally probably 5 minutes that way.
Literally, yes. Right here is the reason why I would go to Coley, to this area. It is just a beautiful view.
In the summer,
in
the evenings when the sun's setting over the River Severn.
Oh, absolutely.
Sometimes on my way home after the session, just stop off here and take in the views.
Oh, that is. I think that's a good practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you sort of take in these views, and then also kind of like, do you bear in mind sort of like where everything is? Like, I sometimes do this because there's a viewpoint near where I am where like I can just look over Stonehouse and see Stonehouse, and like see all the bits. I can see Maidenhill School, and I can see all the things, and it just makes me kind of reflect on like I guess sort of like our position where we're at, that we have influence in these areas that we're just looking over now, and we can like recognise what's around. I think that's quite a special thing to think about. Like, do you ever get that sort of sense, like looking over, or is it just a view?
I think for me it's just a view. And this might be a bit of like deep thought, but I find it crazy to think like we see towns there, we see the standards there.
Yeah.
And like there's actual people there getting on with their lives.
Yeah.
It feels so far away from us right now, but it's actually so close, and people doing what they're doing in their daily day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that blows my mind for some weird reason. Same like watching cars drive past, and there's a real person going from A to B and having real thoughts.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think that's one of the like starting thoughts of like kind of our own existence, and like perspective is that sort of every door that you see, like every window, like inside there's a life that's being lived, and yeah, people with their thoughts and their feelings.
I'm sure there will be links, or someone can plug a link in.
Probably on the screen right here.
Yeah, like right here. But there will be a link to my fundraising page if you want to go and donate and help the cause. And there might even be a second link of interview I did on the Door website of why I'm doing it and what's motivated me to do it.
Great.
And why I believe in the Door.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, thanks so much. And in the when hopefully a few more of these episodes come out, there'll be some more news about the door-to-door walking challenge that's going to be happening next year, in 2025. Yeah, please consider being a part of that in any which way, and yeah, keep on supporting the good work that we do at the Door. Peace.
Thank you.